ShinRobjira.
G2014-a-thon Episode 2, the Bandai America 6.5-inch Godzilla 2014 figure. Oh yes, right out of his box that I no longer own, Godzilla is going to be standing well over 6 inches tall. And in comparison to the Shokugan movie, not King series figure, but totally in light of a King series figure, yeah, HG and Finger Puppet, I think this figure is quite a lovely addition to absolutely any collection in need of more Gata Goji greatness. Many, myself included back in the day, very much took Bandai America for granted. And knowing that we could possibly be on the cusp of them coming back, I'm just so very excited to see where that goes. But anyway, let's talk about this guy, yeah? Alrighty, we're taking a classic ShinRobjira turn with this one, as it's just one figure. Just one figure. Bandai America's 6.5-inch vinyl Godzilla 2014 figure was one that I, and I'm sure many others, were the most excited for. I couldn't quite tell you if this came out before the movie Monster series figures or not, but 10 years ago I wasn't as knowledgeable as I am today on how to acquire vinyl. But anyway, starting at the head, my guy's got the neck and jaw position of a hungry hoe. What does that mean? I don't friggin' know, but the detailing is sublime. And it's sublime pretty much every angle you can view this figure from. Godzilla looks like an angry dog barking at the mailman, but he's got no pupils, which I'm okay with. Beautiful, and I do mean beautiful detailing all along the head, and while the teeth are a little bit on the messy side, it do be crazy that they're all fully molded and painted. Although some of these teeth, man, they give off a different kind of Bandai aura. We sure SH Monster Arts didn't paint this. But anyway, moving from the head and mouth down to his neck and back and arms and everything else, the detailing on this thing is quite friggin' amazing. And to this day, I don't know how Bandai cooked so significantly with this figure. Granted, I'm sure they had access to the CG files, right? I mean, we're seeing stuff on here that's similar to that of NECA, so I'm just going to make that safe assumption and hopefully not be too wrong. Much like NECA, despite them being finely detailed, I do feel the dorsal fins suffered the most. Man's main dorsal fin is making the kissy face at me. They're shooting out at me like Cinematic Sunrise lyrics. Nobody's going to get that reference. Lovely detailing, minimal paint going on. This is one of the Godzillas where that's perfectly fine. You can call it the at-home Blu-ray accurate Godzilla coloration. But from under the cork tree neck, through the chest to the crotch to the underside of the tail, we are going to get that underbelly paint, and oh my god, a curved tail. It's another Bandai Yankee win. A curved tail, a shelf space saver. God bless Alaska. No major painting on the fingers and toes, but the detailing on these toes especially. My word, does that look good? Sheesh. Okay, the fingernails don't really have too much going on for him, but the arms are fantastic. From nearly every angle, and yeah, that's a crack in the shoulder blade over here. I don't know if that was a shipping thing or if these figures just had that as an issue, but all 5 of the 6-inch copies at my local Toys R Us at the time had it in nearly the exact same place. No wonder you all died. But I digress. Let's move that arm out to the side, give Godzilla a big friggin' hug, and just take a nice wide look at all of this detail. We've got the chicken feathering looking armor plating on his shins and knees moving into his feet. We've got little bumps skadoodles all over his feet and the backs of his shins. The jagged rock waterfall-esque looking back over here is nicely detailed even in between everything, and oh boy, this guy needs a cleaning. And even though this figure is indeed articulated, I gotta give Bandai credit. The static pose they have him in, perfect. Obscenely 2014-esque. So that's gonna be a solid star in terms of paint, a solid star in terms of detail, and a solid star for curved tail. And now we can move him. As I'm sure you already guessed, nothing at the head. Tail will be, unfortunately, glue sealed. I ain't popping that shit. Plus that hurts. The arms over here will be able to go back and then forward. The legs have always been a pain to get started. Bro lifting up that leg like a Pixar animated level over Now that that joke was said, I'm pretty sure these legs can go all the way around. It is just, it is a pain. Now granted, you're never actually going to need to do this, but just the fact that you can is quite nice. Nothing at the head, nothing at the tail. Full rotation at the legs, back and forth movement at the arms, and yeah, that's solid star worthy, I think. And now for a special guest appearance. I'm not gonna get into super detail because this guy is technically the finale, but wow. Let's see how he looks with Hakmuto. Hey yo, you know what? That's actually not too bad. Alright, I'm done messing around with y'all. Time for the real special guest appearance. Come with me, standard boy, and say hello to the Bandai America 6.5-inch NYCC exclusive Godzilla 2014 figure in a box. Yes, to any of y'all that have been hanging around for more than 3 years, I have not taken this thing out of its box, and I'm still not going to. The figure in the box is part of the entire experience. Plus, it keeps him safe from the dust. So, right up front, we've got danger, whole bunch of red stuff going on and everything. Got a warning, 15 plus, Bandai. On the back of the box, we've got Godzilla's name in kanji, I believe that's called, with WB, Godzilla's 60th anniversary, legendary Bandai 15 and up, yada yada yada. Godzilla's name and face on one side, Godzilla's name on the other. On the underside, we have nothing except for a proof of purchase and buy. And on the tippity top, we can get a little look at the figure that lurks beneath as Godzilla's name is cut out with a window up top. But now, let's take a look at the main window, shall we? Velcro attachments. Keep these in place, and right as you open it, you're given the cityscape burning and on fire with an atomic breath / heat ray charged up Godzilla figure lurking within. Yeah, I couldn't make this video again without giving mention to the Bandai America 6.5 New York City Comic-Con raffle exclusive Godzilla 2014 figure with his dorsal fins all painted up, and he's in this beautiful box. Oh, so good! And just look at that gorgeous sob. The metallic blue paint trailing from the very top of his neck all the way to the tip of his tail. Yes, even Bandai America was rocking. Yeah, you know what? I ain't doing this again. Fuck it. Alright, he's still technically in the box. He's just in a box outside of the main box. I had to take this thing out of the box. Yes, this is a last-minute decision, but the footage of this thing in the box sucked. First and foremost, you can actually see that metallic blue in his mouth now. Clicky light save me. There you go. Very nice. Oh yeah, the entirety of the roof of his mouth is going to be blue, and I like that that blue actually carries over to his tongue a little bit too. Nice attention to detail. And man, do these dorsal fins just pop with that metallic blue paint job. And that tip of the tail paint too, dude. Oh my god, it's so on point. But one thing about this figure that I never realized in comparison to the original release is simply that his overall color palette is actually going to be darker than the standard. I mean, look at him, and now look at him. Yeah, this guy's mostly going to be that charcoal gray, but in comparison to this guy, his tones are going to be much darker. And I'm pretty sure the underbelly paint is actually going to be darker than on the standard. Yeah, look at that. Bandai America really went out of their way to make this thing as different as they possibly could. Okay, maybe not as different as they possibly could. We all know this could have been a blue translucent figure with black highlights on it. I will admit though, it is very nice to finally have this thing like to a point where I can actually touch it, and clearly it wasn't protecting him from the dust because youch. The eyes and teeth are entirely the same. It's really just man's skin, underbelly, and dorsal fin paint that is really going to stand out here. Who knows? Maybe in another 10 years I'll actually cut him out of this box. I guess we can save that for the G2014-a-thon 20 years later marathon. Simply beautiful. Wow. Love it. Bandai America was going rather strong in 2014, and it only makes the canceled Shin Godzilla and KOTM line that they had planned all the more saddening. But hey, maybe sometime soon, who knows. I've been ShinRobjira, do so hope you all enjoyed. Social media, Patreon, $1 a month, access to videos like this. And when next we meet, I have no idea what I'm going to be talking about next because I'm recording this 2 weeks early. I'll see you all then and there. Hope you enjoyed and leave me alone. It is 78 degrees outside right now. I am under photography lighting, and again, I do not have AC that I can actually feel and hear. I'm dying. Goodbye. I've seen lovers dancing in windows.